The 88th Texas legislature is well underway, and lawmakers have wasted no time getting their ideas turned into bills. In fact, there are about 3,500 bills that have been filed so far, with plenty more expected to come. Some good, some bad, and some worth talking about. The avalanche of legislation makes it hard for many Texans to keep up, but don't worry. TPPF is here to help you stay informed about the policies and the policymakers working to advance the cause of liberty. This is The Layout. I'm James Quintero, Policy Director for the Government for the People Initiative, and today I'm joined with Representative Ellen Troxclair from HD19. Ellen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, James. It's good to be back on my old stomping ground.
Well, it's great to have you. Today we're going to be talking about HB 553, which is a bill to prohibit political subdivisions from creating universal basic income programs. So let's get into it. What's the problem that we're trying to address here with HB 553?
Sure. So the city of Austin, not well known for making good decisions when it comes to public policy, has decided to implement a guaranteed basic income program and give 85 people $12,000 a year with no requirement for participation in the labor force. That means you don't have to work, and you can still get a paycheck from the city of Austin for no reason. This is a pilot program that they're planning on expanding, and I want to let them know, not in the great state of Texas.
No, well, very good to hear. Take me through the bill. How does it work? Is it a long, complex process, or is
it's very simple, and it says that these kinds of programs will not be tolerated in our state. It is a state preemption bill, and it is important that the Texas legislature has a responsibility to make sure that the policies that are in place in Texas continue to make it the best place to raise a family, to live, and to work, and that means keeping us free and prosperous. And so these kinds of programs, I mean, this is a truly socialistic program. I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but this is a truly socialist program where everybody who applies or everybody who gets accepted is just getting free money. And that's ultimately not the best way to help people. The best way to help people is to help them get a job and support our thriving economy. That's the way that you lift people out of poverty, instead of making them dependent on a completely unsustainable government program.
So looking ahead, if HB 553 were to become law, how do you expect the average Texan to be helped by it?
Well, ultimately, these kinds of programs are increasing your taxes. I mean, we already have an affordability crisis in many parts of the state. I would say the worst probably here in Austin. And it's because the city council continually, instead of filling potholes, keeping the lights on, or supporting our police, they are continually coming up with new programs and new ways to spend other people's money. But this is just robbing Peter to pay Paul. So families who are already struggling to survive and who are working every single day, their money is getting taken by the government and redistributed to somebody else who doesn't have a job. So ultimately, what that means is that an increase in property taxes for everybody who's paying into this program. And the way to solve the affordability crisis and to lower taxes is to put some parameters on city spending and stop this reckless spending that is costing families a lot of money.
Now, some critics are going to argue that in order to get through this cost of living crisis that we're all experiencing, you need government programs like this. How would you respond to that?
Oh, man. I mean, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's a vicious cycle when you continue to increase the city spending and to continue to increase government. Again, where is the money to fund these programs coming from? The taxpayers, the people. So the more programs you put in place, the more expensive it is for everybody who lives here. The best thing to do is to get government out of people's lives. Again, help them get a job. And so, yes, I would agree. We should help people who truly need help. And there are ways to do that through existing nonprofit programs, through churches. And again, we have a very thriving economy here in Texas, and anybody who wants a job can generally find one. And so it's connecting people to so, I guess I go back to instead of giving a man a fish, teach him to fish, and teaching them to fish is helping them get a job. So I hope we can get this across the finish line. Of course, it's easy for the other side to, to throw all kinds of nasty remarks at me for just really trying to keep government in its own lane and protect the freedom that we enjoy in other parts of Texas. Unfortunately, not a lot of freedom in the city of Austin.
All right, so I know we have a long way to go before sine die, but looking ahead, using your crystal ball, how confident do you feel that the legislature is going to pass this bill?
I was on the floor today getting joint authors to sign on, so I think everybody, honestly, to my knowledge, the city of Austin is the only city who's using this program. But as you know, a lot of the other liberal cities tend to follow what the city of Austin gets away with. We have a lot surprise from other members that this program is even in existence. And when they find out about it, they are more than willing to help us put a stop to it. So I'm excited about the response so far and looking forward to hopefully getting across the finish line and keeping more money in taxpayers' pockets.
Well, we're excited to watch you move this all the way to the finish line. Ellen, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much, James.